Hello class. Today we are going to have a lesson on DC Universe Classics Wave 12. Geez, there's a lot of them. Figure number 1, Eclipso. So we'll have a look at him here, and eventually we'll dig it out of the package and we'll have a closer look at it. But if we take a quick look at the packaging, we can see all the heroes and villains behind there. I think they've all gotten the DCU Classics treatment. We've got a warning to not choke on stuff, which is good. We can see here, it's for adult collector. I don't remember seeing those on older packaging. Comes with a button, which I guess is good if you collect buttons. I don't really care. It does include a collect and connect piece, which we'll look at once we get the figure open. Then here on the back, we've got the biography. I'm not going to read it, but it has to do with the Spectre. And an evil spirit was put into a black diamond, and some idiot named Bruce found it, and it possessed him, and it corrupts people. I don't know. He kind of looks stupid, and I don't really care about his bio. Some of his statistics, though, he can project intense shadow and cold. Intense shadow. Anyways, superhuman strength, stamina, speed, and resistance to harm. Flight, can project powerful laser beams, possesses humans, absorbing their unique attributes. And we can see some of the other figures in this wave. So obviously there's Eclipso. We've got the Spectre, Copperhead, Dr. Midnight, Desaad, Mary Batson, and Iron, who I believe has the die-cast metal parts. It's part of the whole shtick with him. And you can collect these guys, get pieces to build Darkseid, which is awesome, because Darkseid is a worthy build-a-figure figure. So there we go. That is Eclipso in the package. I'm going to find something sharp, probably dangerous, and I'm going to cut this thing open, and we're going to have a closer look at Eclipso. Back in a second. And we're back. We are still looking at our friend Eclipso here. I'll give you a quick view of the figure before I talk about it a little bit more. Whoa! Oh, oops. Okay. So first, maybe we'll start with the colors on this figure. I'd only seen this character in Justice League for that one episode where it had Eclipso, and I didn't even realize that was a legit character they were showing. But we can see we've got kind of the half moon here on his face painted blue. I always wondered what the deal was with that, but I didn't know before I got the figure. We've got this ugly purple color for his collar and his hat. He looks kind of like a goofy Green Goblin to me. At any rate, here we've got the sun being eclipsed by the moon there on his chest. This big, huge honking belt, which I don't know the purpose of. And then we've got the rest of the black and purple on him. Not too bad. And the gem, unfortunately, is the same color as his hand. That is a shame. I think maybe it's supposed to be more of a translucent color. I don't know how well my camera's going to pick it up, but generally it's going to look more or less the same, which is too bad. But if we look at the head of the figure, if I can get him in there and focus a little bit, there we go. He really does look kind of crazy. I like the fact the attention they gave to his teeth, which is excellent, and even his eyes, which are pretty good. And I don't know how well you can see it, but you can see again the wrinkles on top of his head, which is very good amount of attention for the sculpt. Now in terms of articulation, well, it's the same thing as a lot of them. We can rotate the head all the way around. Look at that. You can see the paint on his neck. That's cool. Arms are going to go all the way around, up, down. We can rotate here at the bicep, the elbow, and the hand rotates at the wrist. Same thing to the other side. He's still got that joint in the middle of the torso, so we can bend him forwards and backwards. At the waist, oh, jeez. Turns a little bit. There we go. His belt gets in the way. I don't know what the deal is with that belt. And the legs, standard articulation. I mean, his boots, his legs are more or less the same as any other DCU figure. Forwards, backwards, side to side, and then we can rotate here, and we can bend the knee, bend the ankle. Standard lower body, not a lot of difference there. Same as most of them. That's okay. So he does have some decent articulation. The only thing about his articulation, and it does add to his character, but it kind of takes away with what we can do with him. With this one hand, being that it's holding the gem, there's not, maybe it's just me and I lack the necessary imagination. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot we can really do with his hand there. Like, it just, I don't know, it seems like the whole point of the figure is that he's supposed to be holding up the gem and looking through it. I mean, that is cool, but it doesn't seem like there's going to be a whole lot else we're going to be able to do with this guy, which is kind of a shame. Now, in terms of accessories for this figure, he is going to come with a piece of Darkseid, which is excellent. And there we have a beefy leg. That big knee pad thing here on it. Well, I don't know what the deal is with that. Get out of here. So we got the leg of Darkseid. That's very cool. We'll have to look at that more later. The one thing I want to point out, and I'll probably look at it again when we build a Darkseid, is that it's not your typical leg joint for Darkseid. It's a ball joint, which I don't know if this is new for the DCU figures, but most of them don't have the ball joint in the hips. It's that double joint we have here. It's very interesting to me that they decided to do the ball joint similar to what the Marvel Legends style figures for Darkseid. So I guess we'll have to look at that more when we get there. And then we also are going to have a button, which, I don't know. There we go. I think that's a picture from the cover of, I don't know, one of the Justice League comics of some description. It's just one of those little cheap buttons that you can pick up at conventions and stuff. I'm not too thrilled with that. If you collect buttons, it's super. If you don't, like me, you don't really care. Altogether, not a bad figure. Unfortunately, this is one of those ones that you just can find everywhere, because who the hell knows or cares about Eclipso? But he doesn't look bad, and he does have some interesting character to him. Well, I'm not too familiar with it, and it's not of great interest to me. I guess if you like Eclipso, it's good. But he is interesting, at least. I'll say that about him. Come on, stand up, you... There we go. Actually, I kind of like that. But again, that's really all we're going to do with him. There's not much else to do. So if I was going to give this figure a grade, I would give him a grade of, you know what, he's a B. There's some interesting detail to him, but maybe it's just because I don't know much about the character, it doesn't thrill me too much. And the fact that his hands, which add to his character, kind of take away what we can do to pose him. Because he's always got to be looking at that stupid gem. It's kind of like Gollum with the ring. The precious! Or whatever. Seems to be what we have going on with that. Oh, and there is actually one other thing I should mention. I don't know if it's just the figure I got or not, but I did find the one leg was bent kind of funny, at least when I pulled it out of the packaging. It's not as bad now. But I've noticed, I don't know how well the cameras can pick this up, but you can see the joints. Some of them look a little bit shinier than the rest. When we turn this sideways, we can see it. This figure, it looks like there's some kind of oil. I can even see it on my fingers in between the joints. And now it makes me think I need to really go wash my hands. I don't know what the deal with that is. I don't know if that's with all of this particular figure or this particular wave, or what the case is with that, but I don't know. Maybe other people who have this figure might be able to say, yep, that happened with mine, or no, it didn't. As I said, now I think I need to go wash my hands. So, off I go. Anyways, that is our look at Eclipso. Thank you very much. Class is dismissed.